Hi guys, welcome back to the farmstead. It's so nice to see you guys. I feel like it's been quite a while since we recorded a full tour of the garden, and I'm sure you can see the changes already just by looking at the background. But I just thought today is a good day to just come and show you the full tour of the garden. Of course, we've been recording some of the projects that I've been doing in the garden, but I didn't really get to show you what is what. It's the middle of June, guys. So I think it's the right time for me to do a tour, a June tour, so to say. Um, it's the middle of winter, and I feel like winter comes with a winter garden for me who has a winter and a summer garden. Yeah, but anyways, let me not talk ahead of myself. Let's just say we gotta go through the garden and then I will show you what is what. Also, as you can hear from my voice, I've been having cold. I'm no longer under the weather. I feel really well, but it's just that my voice took a beating. So please keep up with me. So yeah, let's go. So we are starting with the onion bed. So the onions are actually doing well. I feel like some of them looks like they're growing really slow, but yeah, they are doing well. So you can see it looks like those ones at the very end there, those are the ones that are doing really well. Let's just walk over and see. So you can see some of these onions are quite bigger than the other ones. We have had a rat problem or a mice problem in the garden, and I'm going to show you some of the distractions that they have done because they also affected my onions. In here, I'm not going to take off the cover completely. These are beans. I have covered the beans with the greenhouse plastic because obviously they are summer crops. I really feel like these beans have just refused to grow. They just decided, no, we are a summer crop. I don't know why you are planting us in winter, and they have remained really stagnant. Yeah, I'm keeping them for now, but I think if they keep this up, I might just have to take them out and plant something else. And then we come to the beetroot. The beetroot is doing well, but I think I had a watering issue. If you can see this leaf here, you see that this leaf is drying out, and you can see some of the other ones. You see at the bottom, there are those that have dried out. I was watering. I think it was a watering issue because I feel like I was not really watering them well. You see, that leaf, there is one here. Almost all the base leaves have yellowed and they have dried off. But since I increased the rate of my watering, it's doing much better. You guys remember that I said there was a time that we hit -1. This is the result. I don't think you would have seen that video by the time I upload this one, but this is the result of the -1. So the cucumber leaves dried off. There is this one that is still alive. It's the same with the ones in the beds of the beans. So you can see like this bean really took it badly. It took a hit, but like this cucumber is doing well. This one also took a beating. Okay, so let's continue. We are coming to this bed. This bed was that bed that have all the sad ugly garlic that are transplanted. So there was a time I did a tour and I said there were less than 10 that survived. How many are they now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are having 9 garlics out of all the other ones. All the other ones actually died out. So I came through and put in herbs. So you can see there are herbs here, some parsley. I don't know whether there's dill and fennel here. I don't know. This looks like fennel to me. I am not sure anymore, and I think I'll need guidance. Just the same way I thought this huge plant was sage, but now that it started growing, I don't think it's sage anymore. Let me just pluck this leaf because I feel like it's dying off anyways, and it's covering my plants. Now I'm leaning more towards borage. It actually it smells a lot like cucumber, and this is the reason why I'm thinking this is borage. And we have 4 of those. We have 1, 2, we have a third and a fourth there. I'm thinking if this is really borage, I have to come through and just take them out. I don't think I need borage, really. I have to be realistic to what my family uses, and borage is not one of those. So I think I will have to come take them out, and I don't even think, I don't know, don't take me up on this one, but at this point I'm thinking I'm not really going to be buying the herb mix and planting it anymore, because I feel like I wanted sage, I wanted basil, and I didn't see those yet. What I'm getting rather is more parsley and fennel, right? Or is it dill? Also, guys, come through and correct me on that one. I also came through this bed when I saw that there are a lot of spaces, and I planted what is this? And I planted turnips. They germinated, so there are these ones that are bigger, but there are these ones that I planted in succession, so those ones are a little bit smaller. If you come on this side, you will see that we are having lettuce here. It actually looks so good, guys. It looks really, really good. There's this one here, and there was a day I came through and just tasted one, and yeah, it was really bitter. This one is still bitter. Okay, the purple one is bitter. Let me just taste the green one and see. Nope, bitter. So they look really good, but they are very bitter. I don't know whether it's still too hot for them or what's going on. I just know that they are really bitter. I don't know. And we have quite a number of them, hey? So now I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Whether I should just take them out or whether I should leave until it gets quite cold. Because somebody told me when it gets colder, they get sweeter. Please comment and direct me. So here you can see more turnips that I just planted, and there are these bigger ones. And I cannot wait to get a harvest of the turnips. And you can see dill, fennel, whatever, but I'm excited, guys. And I'm thinking, do we have parsley and cilantro here, or is this not cilantro? I think this is, I don't know, guys. Please help me identify my herbs. Then we come to this bed. This is a bed of cabbages. I feel like these cabbages are very slow since I put them in the ground, or maybe I'm the one that wants them to grow so much. What I have noticed is that there is a bug that came through and just snipped off the middle of my plant. You see this whitish thing? Let me just focus. Yeah, but I'm seeing it's getting a new center here. Now I don't know, I actually almost took it out, but something told me not to. Now I see something is happening here. Yeah, but the other ones are healthy. I love the fact that I'm not seeing any holes on my leaves yet. and you can see that the centers are just starting to close up. I am so excited. This was my biggest, and yeah, you can see the center is closing up. I actually cannot wait to have some cabbages. This would be the first time I'll be harvesting cabbages. Those of you that follows me in my old videos, you know, in the farm, at the farmstead in the north, we couldn't harvest any cabbages because of the pests. So you can see this is the first cabbage that I'm seeing we officially lost to pests. I don't know whether this is some kind of worm. I didn't find anything, but this one was like the other one. First of all, the center was eaten off, and now I can see it was destroyed. Moving on to the carrots. My carrots still looks like there is so many of them together. Apart from that patch that didn't grow, I think it had too much mulch, and then the seeds didn't germinate. But guys, I've been coming through here and just I've been trying to take some of them out and thin them out, but they look like they're not thinned at all. It's getting very painful. Let me just pull one out. It's getting very painful. You see, it's getting painful to pull them out at this stage where they have started forming baby carrots. So at some point I'm now stuck between, do I want many small carrots, or do I want, you see the other one, or do I want fewer bigger carrots? So I still do come through and try to thin them out. The day that I'm not feeling so motherly towards them, I come through and then I try to thin them out. And the ones that I thin out, they also don't go to waste. I actually use this. Oh, this one, I think it's a big one. Yep. I actually use this carrots as a parsley substitute. So what I usually do is that I chop the leaves, I dry them. I actually dry them first, and then I chop them up. When I chop them up, I can use them in meats and whatever in my cooking. So like this one, these leaves won't go to waste. But I think I will stop thinning them because really they have started. I think I'll stop thinning them because they have started swelling up nicely, and they're actually sweet when you taste them. So this is our spinach bed. Spinach is doing very well. We've been harvesting and eating from it every other day, and spinach is one of those crops that are so easy to grow, easy to maintain, and they keep giving, so we cannot complain. Okay guys, and then we come to this bed. Those of you who remember, who have followed me from the beginning, knows this is my son's bed, Twapi, aka Christian. So some of this spinach was transplanted because his spinach were too much, they were not spaced out, and this is why you are going to see some of the leaves are actually dry. It's not a watering issue or anything, it's because they were transplanted, and at some point I actually thought they were dying off, and then they just came back. These are his carrots. His carrots were planted really well. I'm actually proud of him, the way he planted his carrots. They are well spaced out. They wouldn't need any thinning out, which is really good. And his onions are also doing well. Look at those. He's got the biggest onions. There are also some small ones, of course, but his onions are way better than mine. And you can see he also planted some turnips in the middle of his bed, where in between the spinach, and those have also germinated. Here he's having spinach on one side, and then the other side, that one is having beetroot. His beetroot is actually not as well spaced out, but I think what we'll do, we'll probably start harvesting the bigger bulbs so that the smaller ones can start growing. I want to focus on one. You can see there that it have started bulbing up. Not big bulbs yet, The bulbs are still a bit small. Like, the thing with beetroot, guys, is you see those two are planted very closely together. What beetroot do, they pushes each other to the side, and if there are only two, obviously they are not going to be too small, because when they push each other to the sides, there's space for all of them to grow. But for him, I think he has more than two. Yeah, there's three, and this one is actually being suffocated. It's very small. And these ones are how many? These ones I think are 4 or 5. So the ones that have grown like that, these are 3. Those are the ones that we are going to take out, the bigger ones, and leave the smaller ones. I feel like this bed is the star of my garden. The onions that I planted as onion sets, they are doing really, really well. These are onions that we left over. They were actually smaller onions that were left over from the harvest that we got in December from the farmstead. So I decided I'm not throwing them away, and I'm going to plant them here. They are doing well. Like, this is red Creole, and you can identify it by looking at the stem. That is purplish, so it's a red onion. And then we are having this is Texas Grano. Texas Grano is, I think, a good onion. I have seen a lot of farmers growing it, and I have never had complaints about it. We have been eating some of these leaves, like this one here. You can see a leaf is missing here. Hey, get out of the way. Yeah, you can see a leaf is missing there. It's because we sometimes just come through and just eat a spring onion, especially if we are frying eggs or in our meat. I wanted to show you, it has started bulbing up actually. Like, you can see this one here, it's starting to bulb up. And I couldn't be more excited. I'm actually excited for this year's harvest, guys, of onions. I'm very excited. Like this red Creole, do you see how big this stem is? It looks so nice and big and firm. So I'm thinking I'm going to get a beautiful harvest. The other thing that is not so good, I wanted to show you what happened to one of my cucumber plants after the negative one. So it died off. You remember that there were 2 in this bed. This one died completely, but the other one is still here. But you can see cucumbers actually grows very fast, but this one is stagnant. And I'm learning. Gardening is about learning and taking lessons. So I think it's one of those things I'm not going to repeat next year, because you make the plant suffer for nothing. I wanted to show you a bigger bulb. This is actually a much smaller plant, but the bulb looks good. I think it's actually one of those bulbs that looks much better than the other bulbs in this bed. Okay, and then we move on to the garlic. Garlic on this side I think is looking good, but on that side I don't know what I'm doing. But what I have noticed in this bed is this side that the garlic is not doing so well. This side is a bit up and there's a slope when we go that side, so I'm thinking perhaps it's a watering issue. I was actually supposed to level out my beds very well to make sure that they are nicely leveled and they are equal, but I'm thinking that maybe all the water tends to go that side, and that's why the other one looks way better than this one. But anyways, the other thing I'm worried about is I don't think this garlic is growing that well. Or maybe I don't know, guys. Something just seems off with this garlic. I just expected it to be much better, and it's not what I'm getting. Anyways, instead of focusing on the negative, let me show you my peas. It's getting dark and I have to get out of here. My peas plants are doing well, but do you see this small tendril? It's holding on to the grass. Oh, I broke it off. Okay, let me show you this one. They're actually holding on to whatever they get, because you see this one is holding on to the garlic. This one here is also holding on to the garlic leaf, because peas are actually climbing and climbing crops. I'm supposed to put some sort of support for them here. I don't know. I have seen farmers that have grown their peas without staking them, And I don't know whether that's what I should do here. It's what I'm leaning more towards because it's less work. But should there be a time when I really feel like that I have to come out and stake them, then I definitely will come out and stake them. And then I come to my peppers. Guys, you see this bed looks empty, right? Yeah. But do you remember the last time that we showed this bed? It didn't look empty. It actually was nice and green and lush. Look at this pepper. Do you see that it doesn't have the top? Look at this pepper plant. Also no top. Let me show you the other ones. We have this one, no top. This one, no top. This one almost decimated. Same here. And then you see the pellets. This is the red issue that I'm talking about in my garden. There are people who swear to topping off their plants. This one was just starting to recover. This one was eaten up just the other day. So these ones that are recovering, these are the ones that were eaten up a bit earlier than the others, and they have started coming back. Like there was supposed to be a plant there. It's totally gone. The other one is also totally gone. And it's rats issue. It makes me very angry that I'm working hard, but there are rats that are coming out and eating my plants. But you know what? There are gardeners who have spoken about topping off your plants because they grow back bushier and you get more peppers. I actually didn't want to disturb these plants specifically, simply because it's quite cold, and them being summer crops, I'm afraid if they are already struggling when the frost comes, they are going to die. They were eaten up at a very wrong time because we are headed to one of our worst weeks yet. It's going to be very cold this week. I don't know whether we are going to have a frost, but it's going to be quite cold. I'm just wondering whether they are going to survive now that they have been decimated by the rats. So nature decided to top my peppers for me. I am actually praying to God that they don't die, so that we can see the progression of these peppers together, whether they are going to grow back, whether they are going to become bushier and they are going to give me more peppers or not. Okay, let's move on. So we move on to the tomatoes. Guys, the tomatoes are doing so well, and surprisingly the rats didn't touch any, they didn't touch any of my tomatoes, which is quite good. And you can see my tomato plants are having suckers. Like this is a sucker. Let me show you one of the bigger suckers. This one here, this is a sucker that have grown from here. So I'm supposed to take this off, but I have decided that I'm not going to prune my tomatoes, with the reason being that again they are summer crops and they won't take being cold too well. So I decided that I'm not going to prune them. The bushier the crop, the good chance they have, or they can put up a good fight against the cold, and this is why I am going to leave these ones like this. I am also having some Cape gooseberries that have grown next to the tomatoes. Like this one is at the base of the tomato plant, and then there's this ones. I think these were puny ones that I actually tried to throw out because I didn't think they will survive. We are having some other ones that I transplanted. Here they are. When I transplanted them, I think they got shocked, so they don't feel well at all. A lot of them have died off, although I still have some like these ones. I actually also planted strawberries in here, but I planted them with strawberry fruits, fresh fruits. I don't think they are going to germinate because I have realized that the rats probably have dug them up. There was a day I came and I found one dug up, and I was thinking, how are the birds getting in here with the greenhouse sheeting? And now I'm realizing that no, it's actually the rats. So more gooseberries. These ones are doing well. More gooseberries. I'm just waiting for summer so that I can take my gooseberries and plant them in the soil. I wanted to show you this bushier. This is the bushiest tomato plant that I'm having. Let me just go a bit fast so that it can focus nicely. You see, and I don't know whether you can see, guys. Do you see that it's having some flowers? This, you see, it's having some flowers, guys, and actually all of them are already having flowers, but this is the one that is having open flowers. So I do come out here and just open the greenhouses. I don't actually use to open them like I'm doing now. I actually just open them because I'm recording the tour, but otherwise I only open the sides, hoping that the pollinators will be able to go in and pollinate my tomatoes, because tomato is an everyday crop and every house deserves tomatoes. And you can see it's very bushy, so many suckers you can identify, and yep, I am not going to prune them. So guys, this is almost it. Let me just go and show you the last crops. The last crops that I want to show you in this garden are here. These are the ones that I don't usually show when it comes to the garden, but I'm sure you have seen me plant them. We are having the lemongrass here and some sugar cane here. Sugarcane is a favorite of mine and a favorite of my kids, of actually Twapi. So I'm sure that when it's harvest time, they are not gonna go to waste. The lemongrass have come back, so you can see the tips are dry, but I definitely know it has taken, because it's growing some fresh growth, the same as the sugarcane. Like the sugarcanes, this one actually died off. See, it even came off. So this one is dead, but all the other ones, they have new growth. Okay, like this one, you can see the new leaves. You can see the new leaves on those. So I know that those ones have survived.